Gentlemen, I want to talk about something that I've been working on today, yesterday, all weekend. I've been working on improving my pitches, my sales calls, the way I deliver our value proposition. And an interesting hack I talked about before is recording yourself and then watching that back. It's very confronting, it's very painful, and it is also very instructful because it just shows you the reality of what is rather than how you think things are in your head. And what I came to realize when I was watching back, I recorded my pitch and I watched it back, and I noticed a thing that has been said to me before by our CEO, someone I respect very, very much and is a great salesperson, that I do know what I'm talking about. It just doesn't come out very flowing, very, very, very smoothly. And it's very true. And I started thinking, why is that? I know the materials. I know everything about our products. I know about our clients, our value proposition. I know what scenarios it makes sense, when it doesn't. It's not about not knowing. So what is it? And I realized that I overthink my delivery too much. I want to pick the right words too much. I want to do everything perfectly. I don't want to make mistakes. I want to deliver the optimal outcome. So it reminded me, I started thinking and how I could solve this. How do I go about this in other situations? And what came to mind is sparring. Sparring is a very interesting analogy to sales calls. It's live. There are certain stakes. And while sparring is still considered a part of practice, you generally try to you try to have a good result. And sometimes that means you try out things and you experiment. And see, you can already tell, like I have a difficulty completing that analogy because actually, and this is very informative, the way I think about sparring is differently than I think about sales calls. So sparring I see as play. In sparring, I don't think I can make mistakes. Sparring is not drilling. In drilling, yeah, you try to hit a certain sequence. If you miss part of the combination, well, of course you do it again and you try to have that part of the combination integrated now. And you repeat that until it hits, and you refine it and you perfect it. Sparring is more like play. There is no, oh, I missed this part of the combo thing in sparring. Well, less experienced people might approach it like that, and that's automatically where you see they go wrong, right? There is no set sequence. There is no right answer. So even starting from that premise and thinking there is a specific thing you need to say, that's maybe not the right approach. Also, you're assuming that you can't come back from a quote unquote wrong or non-optimal delivery or sequence or sentence, which is not true. It's not like if you don't hit everything perfectly, like in a drill, you fail the sales call. No, you overall, if you did a good job, you're gonna see a positive outcome. Of course, the more you do right, the better, if you can even consider things wrong or right. But overall, it's not about every single thing in isolation doing it perfect. It's about the overall, the whole of it, right? And that's true in sparring as well. You make it's not about a specific sequence. Like a fight is like that too. You don't win or lose a fight because you didn't execute some sequence perfectly right in the right order. No, it's about the whole fight. So that's one powerful analogy from sparring. And then if you dig deeper, it's like, why are you even worried about hitting the right sequence, about saying the right things? That reveals that there is a need for control. You or I try to control the outcome, and we think subconsciously that if we control all the pieces and every single element that's in our control, if we control that and just do that just right, we can control the outcome. Of course, this is an illusion, and this relates very much to life, where we think we control outcomes and we control how our career might be going and how our life will be going. But at the end of the day, we're just droplets in a sea, and there are so many powers around us that affect us that it's really an illusion. I noticed this a lot when I was still in corporate, and people talked about job security a lot. A lot of people thought they had job security because they've been with the company for 25 years, had a indefinite contract, everything well taken care of, until an M&A came up, merger and acquisition. And the company acquiring our company actually had similar teams and similar people on the payroll. So now people started getting uneasy because, why they probably don't need to have overlapping teams. It's basically a duplication of efforts. They're gonna cut, and who are they gonna cut? Probably not people from the company that's doing the acquiring, right? It's gonna be the team, our team, that was being acquired, where head's gonna roll. So this job security is an illusion. So control in life is an illusion. And if you accept that, that's the only thing that will set you free. Because at least if you accept that, now you're free to move, to be agile, to think steps ahead, to be mobile and roll with the punches, as they say, literally and figuratively in this context. Sparring is like that too. Like some guys try to control, and everything becomes very, very cramped up, and they're just not flowing. And the thing that best illustrates it for me, and now we get to the solution, what is the right approach then? And the right approach, similar like in sparring, And it's similar to life and similar to sales situations and other high stake peak performance situations, is having a mind state. It's tricky because there does need to be a certain intensity, but at the same time you need to be loose enough that you're still flexible and responding and not cramped up. And the right way to do this is to have a playful approach. I love when I was in Thailand seeing the older Thai guys, the veterans, not even necessarily old, but guys who've been doing it for a long time. Sparring always seemed and felt like play. Sometimes they went hard. Sometimes people got hurt a little bit. Sometimes they put the pressure on, but there was always a smile. And there was always some yelling and some cheering. And you could tell to them, it was just like having fun and just nudging each other and trying to test the limits and try out some new techniques and maybe do something crazy and unexpected. They were just playing and having fun. And I noticed myself when I started adopting that approach, everything started flowing way more. And some kicks and some techniques landed better because you literally can't perform and execute certain kicks if you're just not relaxed in there. It needs to be loose so that it moves and everything is coordinated. And that just doesn't happen if you're all tensed up and if you try to control that whole situation. Whereas if you approach it like play, you automatically start having fun with it. You start dancing a little bit. You are just loose and relaxed and responding, and you become quicker, and everything just starts flowing. And so that's the approach I'm gonna definitely apply going forward, and that I definitely advise you to experiment with as well. In the work context, in life context, yes, sometimes the pressure is on, sometimes it's high stakes, but try to have fun, not take it too seriously, treat it as play. So that was my thought for today. Save that video if you think it will be of benefit to you later. If you like this, I talk about martial arts and applying the mentalities and lessons from there to life and business. I'm an executive and Muay Thai practitioner, and I try to combine those two fields in that sense and convert the lessons from one field into the other, and vice versa where we can. So if you like that, like and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video tomorrow. Have a good one, gentlemen.